Well, hello everybody, and probably Happy New Year's by the time you get to see this video. Welcome into the kitchen. Because it is New Year's and we're grown-ups and we have no responsibilities to pretend to be responsible for, we will undoubtedly be drinking heavily. So I'm going to offer you this video before we get started with the side note of, if you're going to be drinking heavily, prepare your foods beforehand. Gotta love after season sales. We got ourselves a new crock pot, crockery style stoneware, I don't know what you call this. We got a new pie plate, and you know what's awesome about this pie plate? It looks huge, and it doesn't look like it would fit in the toaster oven, but it does. Look at that, it's a perfect fit. So we've got to test it, right? And what better way to test a pie plate than with a cheese dip? Because like everybody would use a pie, right? And that's just way too normal. We don't do normal around here. So for this dip, we're going to make a seafood dip. Nice and simple, stick around. If I can make it, you can make it. You know the drill. Alright, so let's get started. For today's dip, we're using a full block of cream cheese, a can of crab meat, a can of broken shrimp, some mayonnaise, some feta, some cheddar, and of course, the powdered pain container. So we're going to start this time with the full block of cream cheese in there. Then I'm going to add a couple of nice big scoops of mayonnaise, just to mix it all through here. We're going to add to that a few blocks of the feta. 1, 2, 3, let's add several, well, 4, 5. 5 blocks of feta. Again, an incredibly relative concept. And to this we'll add, of course, a nice scoop of powdered pain. Got to keep it hot, right? Sweat those calories away. And then this time around I am going to use the hand mixer. Just give it a good mixing up before I start putting the seafood in there. You don't need to hear that though. For as much as I prefer to use a fork, I gotta say that was a lot faster. Alright, seafood. That's kind of cool. I've never opened a can of crab meat before. Can't say as I've ever bought a can of crab meat before, but it's got a little like wax paper protective coating between that and the can. Cool. Anyway, we're going to dump this in, along with our can of broken shrimp pieces. And we're going to mix that all up again. Getting almost done, actually. Gotta love simple. And there we are. Just about time to put this into that pie pan. Pie plate? Whatever it is. Alright, now I don't even know if this is going to be enough to fill this new pie plate. Whatever it is. Oven-safe dish. So we might end up with a really thin layer of dip in here. But that's okay, this is kind of a lot for just the two of us anyway. Should keep us nibbling for most of the evening. Alright, and we'll spread that out. That's not too bad. It's about the right amount. Could have probably doubled this recipe for this pie plate. So now I know that if we have friends coming over, I can make twice as much. Good deal. Alright, now, as always, I'm going to top this with a little bit of the shredded cheddar. Because I love cheddar cheese. What can I say? I love almost all cheese. It took me a while to get to a place where I was happy with Swiss cheese. But it's, it's about what you mix it with, isn't it? So that looks pretty good to me. Now, for a little bit of crunch on the top of this, to make, something other than a cheese crust, really, I've got a little container of panko crumbs. So I'm just going to sprinkle those into the cheese on top. Again, this is a place where I would love to have had maybe some Parmesan cheese, but I'm still not paying those prices. So I'm either going to have to come to terms with that or find a better supplier for cheese. And I think I put way too much panko crumb on there. But whatever. We'll just cover it up with a little bit more cheese. And that looks pretty darn good. I'm going to run upstairs at this point, see if I can find some fresh pepper that I can slice up and put on there. And then I think this baby is ready for the oven. Still in luck. I found a nice green El Jefe pepper and a nice red sweet heat pepper. So that will be perfect, I think, on top of this dip. Slice and dice time. And that should be nice on top there. Just keeping the seeds aside. Don't have any seeds for those sweet heat peppers, so grow, grow, grow. So I'll just take some of these green rings and I'll distribute them around the top here, along the top. And then of course, sprinkle on the red peppers. Oh, that's going to be a good bite there. Let's see if we can spread that out a little bit. Rip it up, rip it up. And there we go. We are ready to put this into the toaster oven. Oh, I love that toaster oven. Alright, so we've got this preheating to 350. And like the other cheese dips, I'm just going to start this off at 350 for the first probably 25 minutes this time, because this is such a large dish. And then we'll see how long I crank it up to 400 for. We'll check back on this in 25 minutes. So here we are at just over 15 minutes into the cook. Still another 10 before I'm going to crank up the heat on this baby. Oh yeah. Well, here we are at the full 25 minutes at 350. Still a little jiggly there, so I think I'm going to give it another 10 minutes at 350 before I crank it up to 400. That'll make what, 35 minutes total at 350? Alright, so now it's been 35 minutes at 350. I'm starting to get a bit of a bubble on. I'm not sure how well that's showing up in the camera, but to my eye that looks beautiful. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to crank this back up to 400, and I think this time it's going to be in there at 400 for probably 10 minutes this time. And we'll take a look at it and take a taste. So here we are after 10 minutes at 400. Look at that bubbly goodness. I'm going to need two hands to take this out, but we'll put it on the cutting board to let it cool for a bit, and then we'll try it out. Oh my goodness, that looks divine. The bubbling sound is so appealing. I got a little bit of grease on the top here because I did put too much cheddar in. That's a weakness of mine. You probably know that by now. But this is going to be fabulous once it cools down just a little bit. So another maybe 5-10 minutes to cool. Alright, so this wonderfulness has had another 10 minutes to cool off since it's been out of the toaster oven. Let's just, oh, look at that. That is too big for a single bite. But I'm going to go it anyway. Alright, let's change the camera angle. Now, we can't have a cooking video without finding out how this tastes, right? So, okay. That is absolutely amazing. Very reminiscent of seafood tarts that Shox likes to make. Now, here's the tricky bit. Do I save some of this till she gets home, because she's over at the neighbor's right now, or do I just wipe this out completely? I don't know. I'll figure that one out in a minute. Well, this turned out to be an absolutely amazing seafood dip treat. I strongly recommend giving it a try. If you like cheese and seafood, you'll find this to be an excellent combination of the two. Alright everybody, I should probably save some of this for Shox, but this chip is history. Thanks for watching. Give it a try. Have yourselves a great day. Oh yeah, let me know down below if you like how it turned out or not. Alright, see ya.